Hi everybody, hope you're all well. I've always used to use a sachet for chili con carne, chili con carne. And well, it wasn't that long ago and I thought, you know what, I've got a lot of spices, I have them in the rack over there. You know, how easy is it to cook chili con carne without a sachet? And is it cheaper? That was the question I was asking myself for this particular challenge. It's not cheaper. This is actually on the face of it cheaper. I think this was 39p or 39p for this, a little one. I don't know how much they are in other shops, but they're probably slightly more expensive, but not much. It's weirdly, it is more expensive when you use your own, but if you already have them, you've already kind of spent the money, if you see what I mean. And I mean, let me have a quick read because I will take a photo of the ingredients and I'll put them up here. But you have your usual dried tomato, starch, wheat, so that's an allergy is highlighted, dried onion, salt, sugar, potato flakes, yeast extract, ground paprika, dried herbs, dried garlic, maltodextrin, which I don't know what that is, ground cumin, black pepper, cayenne pepper, caramelized sugar syrup, dried beetroot, dried glucose syrup, vegetable fats, that's palm oil, it says palm in brackets, colour, paprika extract, acidity regulators, which are citric acid, malic acid, natural flavourings, which contain celery, which is an allergy thing, emulsifier, mono and of fatty acids, turmeric acid extract, stabiliser, which is dip phosphates. Or dip, oh, I don't know how to say that. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I did used to use these all the time, and I don't really have any massive objection in for me. You know, it just really occurred to me that I already had the spices already in, not just these. I've got them. There's more over there, like the hot chili powder, etc., and oregano or marjoram, depending on what recipe you're following. I'm following a BBC Good Food recipe, which I will put at the end of the vlog, pinned in the description. There, I have kind of mucked up my ingredients. I don't have a tin of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, but I do have some cherry tomatoes that I'm just going to chop up. Anyway, come and have a look at the ingredients, but don't forget to check out my other channels, 10 Bites and Plot 25 stroke Home Plots, because it's actually in my back garden now. It will just pop up here. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. Yeah, come and have a look at the ingredients and see what I've got. I'm kind of making do a little bit. This is our dinner. And I'm going to cook rice with it as well. But yeah, come and have a look. So I've worked out that this is valued at 72p. But if you already have them in your cupboards, you've already spent the money, as it were. This actually was 36p. I had it written down. I've just forgotten the top of my head. So on the face of it, that is cheaper. But if you've already got the spices, you've already spent the money. Oh, that's my chili powder. Yeah, and this is so for these four, this is 72p. But like I said, that's all. You've already spent the money if you have them in stock. If you use them for other things. Because they keep, they're brilliant. I absolutely love having the spices in my house. I never used to. The channel has made me more spice aware, if you like. So, getting back to this is tin of tomatoes. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, so I'm going to just substitute with these and just use a lot more of the pure tomato puree. I will put the recipe down as if I had used a tin of chopped tomatoes, just for simplicity. I've got your pepper, I've got red kidney beans. This mince, because it's 25%, I will be frying it off first and then draining away the fat before I put it in here. I'm using the sauté, and when it's all cooked, I stick it on the keep warm function until the rice is ready. Yeah, that seems to work for me. So yeah, we're going to crack on, chop the tomatoes, chop the peppers, etc, etc. And you'll see me next frying the mince in there, getting it ready and sort of having all the vegetables chopped. So I'll see you in a minute before we kind of start chucking stuff into the kasuri pressure cooker. Oh, excuse me. I'm not using it as a pressure cooker though. I'm going to just use it as a top, because I like the keep warm function for when I want to sort of get everything ready. We might not necessarily be eating sort of immediately once it's cooked. Anyway, but in fact, because I cook the mince first, it sort of saves quite a lot of time. Yeah, so I'm gonna crack on and let's get cooking. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've fried off the mince and I've drained all the fat, so that's good. I'll leave that there. I've just, in fact, let's turn it on. Oh, I haven't even done that. Turn it on, get it to, it doesn't take long for it to get hot. And then we're going to add the onions and the tomatoes. Let me know how you cook your chili con carne, because it's a bit like spaghetti bolognese. Everyone has a slightly different variation. And what's all the sugar or chocolate? What's the chocolate about? Because that's a bit, I've never added chocolate. I mean, maybe you meant to, but that's new to me. It does say in the recipe, add either a little chunk of chocolate or a spoonful of sugar. I'll put that in the recipe, and I will do that when it's cooking, but yeah, I'm not quite sure why that is. I mean, I suppose the sweetness. So we'll just, as soon as that's warm enough, I'm going to throw in the onion, the red pepper and the garlic. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm going to throw in the onion and pepper and the garlic. I'm going to let that cook off before I add the spices. See you in a bit. So I'm going to add the spices and the oregano. This is actually 2 teaspoons each. The recipe just says 1 teaspoon, which I found too mild. So I'm just going to throw in 2 teaspoons of each, apart from the oregano, which is 1 teaspoon. I'm just going to let that cook off for a little bit. Oh, that's a good smell. I'll be adding the mince in a minute. Just let this cook off. Okay, adding the mince. So the mince is already cooked, so I'm just going to let it sort of cook for a few minutes before I add the tomatoes and the which would have been a tin of tomatoes. That would be what I usually would put in, and the tomato puree, followed by the kidney beans. And I might need to add a bit of liquid because I'm losing some of the liquid because I haven't got a tin of tomatoes. But that's my fault. I should have. I always plan what I shop in, but I use 2 tins in my spaghetti bolognese, not 1. Oh well. Right, let's add the tomato puree, kidney beans. I'm going to add a cup of water. If I feel I need to add more water, I might add half a cup. See how this goes. I'm going to let this cook off for a little bit. So we'll see you in a bit, in about 10 minutes or so. So I'm just going to turn off the saute. I never know how to say that. Saute. It's bubbling away quite furiously. I'm going to keep it on the keep warm function for maybe half hour to an hour. And then I'll be getting the rice ready for in an hour's time, as it were. The rice isn't really part of the vlog, but we're going to taste test it in an hour. Before I get the rice on, and then at the end of the vlog you'll see a picture of the or little vlog video of the whole of it all plated up. Yeah, but at the moment I have tested it and it's nice and spicy, quite hot. But for me and Jim, we like a little bit of yogurt with ours. Anyway, let's get this lid on. Let's get the keep warm function on. Just use the blue dots, you line them up and it just goes in very nicely like that. So keep warm, and I just press start, and it keeps it at that temperature, you know, whatever that temperature is. I can't actually on the top of my head know, but you know, around the 70 to 80 mark. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with other things, and I'll see you in a bit. So my rice is ready. I always cook a few peas in mine. We really like that. But before we do that, let's have a taste test. If I look red, it's because I've been started to dig a pond whilst this was cooking. I think I look a bit red. Ooh, it's gonna be hot. It's hot, but it's also got a bit of a kick. I do like it quite strong because I do like my yogurt with it. Oh yeah. I mean, if you like it mild, just go for 1 teaspoon if you're going to do it with the spices. Otherwise, a sachet, why not? You know, if you have them. But yeah, I'm going to serve it up now that the rice is ready. Everybody's waiting. I'll say massive thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Jeez, oh yeah, we're gonna have our dinner. Tastes fantastic. I do love chili con carne, and I really love doing it with the spices now. So after the ingredients and etc., there'll be a picture of it all served up if you're interested, but don't worry if you're not. Take care, see you on the next one. Bye.